What's going on, fellow alchemists? Welcome to Astrology. Today we are doing Pluto in the 5th house. But firstly, I just want to thank all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. It's very much appreciated. And let's just get straight into this one. It is Pluto in the 5th house. So, Pluto in the 5th house of the natal birth chart. What does this mean for you when the god of the underworld, the god of death and transformation, comes into our house that rules over creativity in the sexual the sexual concept of creativity as well, our children, and just our general expression out into the world. Remember, the 5th house is ruled over by Leo, and Leo is ruled over traditionally by the sun, or Mithras, or Surya in Vedic astrology. So when you have Pluto, the god of the underworld, the king of the underworld, sitting at the gates when you meet him, and he takes you through the whole process of going through all of the conflicts and the drama that it takes to proceed through the underworld, sitting in our creative house, or our house of creativity, we see a person who has the ability to go beyond the very norms of what we believe as the creative limitations and go beyond that. These are people who are able to extract information in such a way that they might not even be happy with the information that they do get. They might get so deep into the situation of trying to extract information and then express it out in the world that they become obsessed, because Pluto deals with our obsession. Because Pluto magnetizes, because it's very magnetic, it magnetizes all of that information. It tries to pull out all that information and then it tries to express it by using the energies in the 5th house. So these are people who are very, 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 very good at dealing with the deepest questions and then making an expression of them. They tend to always be very good at being the artists or the individuals who pose the questions that need to be answered, but are willing to go into the dark areas, into the darkest realms to try and get those answers, you know. And a lot of people don't like to do that because they don't feel very comfortable here. But with Pluto in the 5th house, that creativity and those questions, those answers that you're searching for, no matter how dark they are, can be found with this placement. That being said, because Pluto deals with because the 5th house deals with sexuality in the sense of not the sexual act, because that's in the 8th house, but in the sexual creativity, the kind of way you merge in sexual creativity into your sexual exploits. And not that I personally know what that means anymore, but you get what I mean. This is where you see someone who will literally possess you in the sexual act. When we're talking about the sexual creativity, they will use their creativity to possess you. They will honestly own your mind when they do. And if you have this placement, which I'm assuming you do, otherwise you wouldn't be watching this video, you could own people with this position. You could make people you could give them such pleasures and go to to the absolute depths of expression of sexual energy in regards to even going beyond the tantric stages of sexuality. And you could bond and merge with the person's soul, quite literally. And so with Pluto here, it gives you that ability to do that. So you have to be able to understand that with great power comes great responsibility. This is something you need to really teach yourself in this area because of your exceptional skill to go deep. And, deep. So always understand that Pluto in the 5th house brings out that creativity, but also brings out the ability to take that creativity to the darkest spheres of expression, and to bring that out again and to express that out into the physical world. And this makes it a very, very powerful placement because of that reason, because it is the planet that allows for that part of the house to truly express the parts that we try to avoid, the topics that we see as taboo, the concepts that we might not wish to have a full exchange with. Pluto in the 5th house is not afraid to go into that because that's their realm. That's where they like to be. That's how they like to express themselves. And there's a very, very powerful magic deep down within that they can all bring out to us, that we can finally see and become more in tune with ourselves. So fellow alchemists, I hope you really enjoyed that one. That was Pluto in the 5th house. Please don't forget to subscribe, drop a like down below. More importantly, go into the comment section, tell us what it's like having Pluto in the 5th house, what you deal with, all the obstacles and consequences because of this placement, and paramount to all of that, I really hope you take very, very good care of yourself. I'll see you next time when I do Pluto in the 6th house. Until then, goodbye.